Hi everyone, it's Jessica here, and today I have another card to share with you. Today's creation is a little bit different because it's not the typical kind of card that I make. It's actually for a worker at a medical center because I recently got my second shot to become fully vaccinated. So it's kind of like a thank you card, but in a very unexpected way, and it did really surprise her and brighten her day. So here I am stamping the sentiment for the card. I chose the one that says blessed to have you from Honeybee Stamps. It's a really big, bold type of sentiment, and I think it's perfect for a simple card like this. I decided to do some heat embossing as well. That's why you can see me stamping in the clear VersaMark ink. I just know that for non-stamping friends, seeing the emboss effect really just wows them every single time. So this is why I chose with the embossing today instead of just simple stamping. Now if you're a stamper, you're probably thinking, I've seen heat embossing for so many times, and maybe you even do it regularly. So this is not a new concept to you. But today I actually want to step it up and show you a way of doing ombre effect with heat embossing. Here you can see that I'm actually only pouring on the embossing powder to the upper half of the sentiment. I'm leaving like some white space at the bottom, and that is to make space for the second color for the ombre effect. The embossing powder that I'm using today is also very special. It's one of my all-time favorites. This one is called Shimmery Night Sky, and it's from Imagine's Embossed line. It's a very shimmery navy color, and I just absolutely love it. I've made so many different projects with it too. There's another creation that I'm actually really proud of. It's a wedding card. It has the most beautiful, fancy haute couture. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a very fancy looking dress with heat embossing and also dry embossing effect. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So I will also link the video here if you'd like to check that out also. After I melted my embossing powder with my heat tool, there's still a little bit of space in between that is still white or not fully covered with embossing powder. So I'm actually going to repeat the exact same step, stamping with VersaMark and then applying the powder and heat set it again. And I can do that because I'm using a stamping tool today. The stamping tool, if you don't have it, I highly recommend it. So useful. The one that I'm using today is from Stampin' Up called the Stamparatus. By the way, all of these supplies that I've used will also be listed in details in the description box, so that is for your reference. After 2 coats of embossing, you can see that the surface is really smooth and it has really good coverage, which is the effect that I'm going for. So now we're ready to move on to the second color to create our ombre effect. Now for the second one, I'm actually going to use gold. It's quite a big jump in tone, but I think that's like the mesmerizing part when you see them ombre and kind of see them shift from one to the other. Again, I'm using my very handy Stamparatus tool to make sure that I get perfect alignment every single time that I stamp with the VersaMark. And then I'm going to very carefully pour on the embossing powder. Notice how I'm only pouring on the bottom half this time for the second color. And for gold, I also heat embossed 2 times. Here you can see the before and after. This is with 1 embossing layer and this is with 2 embossing layers, and you can see the difference that it makes. It's much smoother and it just has like a better finish. Lastly, I just added on some final touches like this paper cutout that I basically just traced and drew to mimic the scrubs of healthcare workers. And I also used a matching color to ink blend the edges of the card. And that is the card for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you stay healthy and have a great rest of your day. Bye!